So the last section in mechanics, I want to give you some tips about how to come up with a better system and how to come up with a better mechanical system in particular. First of all, air resistance plays a big role in your design. So because of the surface area of the helium balloons, you cannot move it in high speed. At the same time, the air resistance will help you to slow down and even stop the movement. So it's good and bad, depends on how you use it. So try to align the helium balloons, try to align the whole system to increase or decrease the drag force in order to achieve the maximum performance that you want to get in this design. Second point is the center of mass governed all lifting and turning behavior. As I mentioned that a system will always turn and rotate above the center of mass. Bear in mind that if you want to study, if you encounter some problem in your first build, you want to analyze what is the cost of the problem. A good understanding about the location of the center of mass is very critical if you want to find out the reason why you have stability issue in your design. Third item is you need to come up with a rigid airship body before you talk about stability. So stability is always about position of the centers, the mass centers, buoyancy center, thrust center, and also the drag center. If the body is not rigid, that means that these centers are not in a proper position. It will always move during the journey. Then it becomes very difficult for you to understand and predict the response of your system. So make sure that your system have to be strong and rigid enough that it will not deform significantly throughout the whole journey. Next thing is also very important. The helium balloon that you are going to use in this course will have leakage. Okay, we cannot keep helium inside the balloon forever. So the lift force will always decrease with time. And it is always beneficial for you to add extra mass in the main body, such that when the lift force decreases, you can remove the extra mass that you incorporate in the system. So this will help you to take into consideration of the reducing lift force without really affecting the major component of your design. Plan ahead is very important. During the test, during the examination, you will encounter lots of unforeseeable problems. You may have a propeller that detached from the system accidentally. You will have your helium balloon that actually deform significantly, or the place that you put in the component will actually move during the journey. You need to plan ahead for all these problems. You also need to plan ahead for the maintenance and for the future use of your whole system. For example, you need to put the battery in a location that you can replace it easily, such that when you replace the battery, it will not affect the overall arrangement of your design. Contingency plan is also very important. When things goes wrong, it just goes wrong. And you will never be able to predict when accident will happen. So you need to come up with contingency plan. You need to come up with a simulation of what will you do, how will you solve the problem if something goes wrong. And that is very important in engineering. You cannot wait for the situation to happen before you think about a solution. You better think about it before it really happens. Point number 7, and it's probably the most important thing, is workmanship. You can have a lot of theory design concept incorporate in the process. But if the workmanship is bad, if you cannot build a proper body of the airship, then all these theories are not useful and not going to apply. So try to bear in mind that don't just spend time in the design. Try also to spend more time in the process that you build the prototype. Make sure that you have good workmanship, and make sure that you're putting in the parts and the component in a way that you design it at the very beginning. So workmanship is very important. Again, workmanship. Important thing, I have to say it 3 times. So try to take workmanship seriously. I know lots of engineers, they talk about theories. When it comes to the real working side, they just do it within a short period of time. So workmanship is very important. For very important things, I have to say it 4 times. So these are the 10 tips that I give to you, hoping that you will take these 10 tips and bear these in mind when you perform your first build and when you participate in the competition. Thank you.